Shoot the Shit with Shooter, sponsored by Marvel Dub 7s.
Welcome to this week's episode of Shoot the Shit.
Art and direct.
Modesto, Motown, TVM, ValleyBiz.
What they do? Working man.
ValleyBiz, like you guys. He's the truth to me.
Hey, that's what's up.
We're just shooting the shit.
We out here.
Shoot the Shit. Salute. Welcome to this week's episode of Shooting the Shit. Today with us, we got Albert coming from Sacramento. What's going on, Albert?
What up?
What you been up to lately?
Just maxing, chilling. Really semi-lockdown, I guess, with this little Rona shit. It's bigger than us, but
we gotta stay locked down.
yeah, I got the time kind of crazy, but try to get out riding as much as I can. Kind of on the mend. Took a hard fall like a month ago, so kind of ready to get back on it. Really, shit, kind of doing a little bit of everything, man. Chilling, relaxing.
That's what's up.
Smoking, rehabbing, you know. Yeah, living really.
Big rehab game.
I keep it strong.
Yeah.
All herbal.
I just can't.
Natural. Keep it natural.
Hey, that's what's up. I just came off that rehab.
Yeah.
The injury rehab, not the other rehab.
Yeah, we're keeping it, 100.
I had to physical rehab my body.
Yeah, it's harder for the OGs.
It is.
I take a fall.
I don't even remember.
For 2 weeks.
I don't even remember where it was or what I did. Oh, I went to San Jose. I went there 2 weeks in a row to get a clip.
Oh, that's right. You guys did a trip out there too, right?
Yeah. We did a little San Jose house out there.
That's right. I peeked the edit.
I had a good time. We gotta do a big ass house one time, like for everybody.
I'll be sick.
EBK, ValleyBiz, Bay Game house type shit.
We with it. For the most part, as far as our work schedule and shit, because most of us be working on board, but I'm with it.
Yeah. We always make some shit out.
Anything the homies is doing, I'm signing that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, but just like I mentioned, things been good.
That's what's up. Well, shit. Let's get in. Let them know how old you are, how long you've been riding for, and your little BMX background. Your big BMX background.
Well, I guess just to start them off, I'm 33, so been in the game for a minute. Definitely third level.
Level 3.
Level 3. But I probably started fucking with bikes when I was like maybe 6 or 7, and from Sac, currently live in Elk Grove, but we grew up in Elk Grove too for the most part. But when I was like a youngster coming up, I remember watching the homies like in the hood, like the hood homies, like from my cousins and where I lived. They'd be popping the wheelies and then popping mad just old school tricks, and that was the first time I ever seen shit possible on a bike other than just riding it up and down the street.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to do that shit, and so I remember having I think one of my first bikes, and then I was riding down the street and I hit a little dirt thing and did a manual, and I was hooked probably since. So from a young age, but I really didn't even know what bikes was, you feel me, besides just having fun and doing that shit. So I guess I can officially say BMX, I learned what BMX was, off some X Games shit. I think it was the X Games were coming hot, and I jumped into the water, Rhode Island. It was the Rhode Island X Games back in the day, and Dave Mara was fucking eating shit up, and I was like, damn, fools doing all kinds of shit on the bike, and just ever since that day, I just was on the bike shit. I used to fuck around with skateboards, but that shit hurt when you fall, bro.
They do.
You catch a rock.
You do.
Everybody know what I'm talking about. When that shit catch that rock, that shit hurt. So just going, just doing more, maxing out on the bike was cool.
Yeah.
So I guess, I was probably 11 or something like that when that happened, or 10, when I seen that X Games, and ever since then I've been in it. Probably pretty hard for till I was about 16, 17, and got into the whips and getting money and fucking with life, and this shit just get hella busy. So from that point I kind of took a little break, but jumped back in the game about 25, 26 or whatever. Shit was a whole new thing, but I feel like I had two lives in this BMX shit.
Yeah, for real.
But putting it together, bro, so you think about it, it's about 20 years.
Yeah, it really is.
Long story short, about 20 years.
No,
Yeah.
so people don't know. They don't know how far it goes. They wish they could say 20 years accumulated time or whatever, even if it's not back to back.
And to be honest with you, I'm proud of me of in the mix for a long time. I've seen a lot of evolution since bike shit go from like simpler times to like shit I never believed seeing on a bike.
For real,
So it's cool. I mean, I love the progression and then there's no limits to this shit. It's all fun. So, you know, I'd love to that I actually got involved with this shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. For real, for real. Alright, so what year, or when can you remember when it was, what time when you first picked up the BMX bike, your age or whatever?
My bad, I was down there jumping ahead.
Yeah, you did, huh?
Didn't even know what you was gonna
I didn't even know either.
Yeah,
But what was the first actual?
Yeah, so I guess this Target on there, it was probably, I got a Murray, I had a little chrome Murray bike when I moved out to Elk Grove, and they was building houses on my block and shit, and so I ended up catching, like I mentioned, a man that day off of some dirt in front of the house, and I rode it. I'll never forget it. Straight up, never
Wrote it
forget.
down.
That was the first BMX move I ever did.
There you go.
I don't forget it.
Ever since then, it's BMX every day.
Well, you know, I used to think like BMX was like a lot of just dirt too, like bicycle, motocross.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
The super OGs.
Like on video games, that's how it was.
You know, I remember having a book. I actually had a book, and it was some like 80s shit. You know, I'm an 80s baby. It was like even before my time when like fools was just racing and tabletops and shit. And that's what I thought BMX was too, like just racing and dirt. So I remember just riding around the house and seeing dirt jumps around that same time when I guess 7,
Okay.
6, 7.
Yeah.
But you know, I guess that's my first experience.
Where does like your favorite style of riding?
Shit. Well, I'll tell you what, like in my mind, I'm always trying to do some fly shit. Usually just come away with just rolling away. It's happened for me, so I get it. I get it. You know, I'm kind of, I'm a little bit like more of a, I guess I ain't as small as some like BMX riders or whatnot. So some of that agility and it kind of looks a little bit different. Like when you see like a little bit bigger dude on the bike and shit, but. You know, I try to be as steezy as I can with some shit, but I guess my favorite riding style or somebody that I just try to like emulate or it was like probably to be real, it was like not even nobody famous. It was just like the homies coming up. I remember it's like the homie Charlie, just fucking doing everything you ever fucking seen him go for, highest grinds, fucking worst run ups, like. Shit that I would, you know what I mean, just look at it and just like, damn, I'm trying to do something like that. And like homie Edgar, like just manualing every fucking thing. And you know, just seeing like, I guess like I said, I seen Dave Mirra do it in that X Games shit. Like, bro, I want to ride like that. Like, that's what I remember he had a commercial jumping off a fence. Like that shit, that type of shit's like stuck to me. So just doing some dope shit. That's like however you get, cause my whole thing too is like shit, you know, you're yourself, so you know however you pull it, however it listens and you know what it is.
Yeah.
But you know, as I got older, I do see certain shit where I'm like, I gotta refilm it.
There's that stuff.
Like I ain't taking that one. Like we were on the back.
Yeah, I landed it,
but I wanted to, you know, look a little bit crispier. Like, I'm coming off of it, so off the trick. And, But I said those are some early influences just on doing some dope shit, I guess. Nothing too general or nothing too specific, just general.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what I had in the game, just whatever was like street was like the first shit.
Yeah.
So like that came like a whole different style than like riding on the ramps and like competition type of riding. So I just had like the outlaw style.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Just doing your thing.
No rules.
Yeah, exactly. Just however you can do it. It's all up to you. No time limit. So you never like enjoyed riding in contests or nothing like that? Like any contests or
Nah,
nothing?
probably to be honest with you, like maybe if I was younger and I was still heavy like in the game, like doing like high flying ass tricks and shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to be honest with you, like I mentioned, it's like to me just grinding rails and ledges and street shit was like is it, you know? And I mean I like flowing in the park and fucking the park, but like as far as competitions and shit, to be honest with you, the young homies or the other homies are pretty good at that, so I'll be on the side for rolling up.
I'll be I'm right there with you. I'm a cheerleader.
I'll be pushing for the homies when it comes to that shit, cause I like to see the homies win. I like to see the homies push their own game, and so like I fuck with competitions, you know. Like I said, one of the main influences the X Games and shit, but just not as a participant.
Yeah. I always enjoyed it, just
Yeah,
not participating in it.
Yeah, you know.
I feel that.
I fuck around, probably do some crazy shit on the first run and break myself.
Yeah. Just done.
And we done.
And then you're done for.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you gotta pay to do it, and then one thing goes wrong.
yeah, that's a lot of shit, man. That's a con. But back at when I first started riding or just people game, that's what a lot of BMX was. Though it was a lot of competition.
It really was, yeah.
You know, like King of Dirt. Besides X Games, so that was like how BMX even had a name. I think.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like, what you seen on TV, I guess, was just from competition. So that's why when I seen the other side of the life in the street riding,
It's a whole different aspect for sure.
yeah.
It's fun for sure. You gotta, everybody's got a crazy ass memory of whether it be like a crazy road trip or BMX house night or something. You got what's one memory that stands out, whether it's like something happened to you riding a bike or when you're on a trip. What's your one great BMX memory? Or was one of them that you could share with us without going anything too far through the buses?
Nah, it's good. I mean, I got all kind of shit from out of the gangster, I guess, to these days, you know. But
back in the days, out of the good days, there was a lot of crazy shit going on.
I mean, I probably hit you with two quick ones, one from when I was young and one from like relevant.
There you go.
When I was younger, I remember just I had the homie left off of like 14th Ave, which was by like Highland Jumps in high school, and we used to ride all night. I was like 14, 15, freshman, and that was like. It was dope, you know what I mean? His mom was just chill, didn't really give a fuck, to be real. And shit, like after 12, we just go mob out and we go ride Sac State, ride the high school, and fucking with security, basically free reign of the schools, and it was some sick shit. So I always remember that, like just being a great ass time. Damn, I'm glad I did it when I could. I'll never forget those times and just running with the homies. Young, living like a low, but I guess relevant days, shit, besides being out like with the homies clicked up in the bay, like on a street sesh or something, for a road trip, I'd say, me and the homies went out to LA for a street series. It was sick. Yeah, it was sick. It was just like every bike rider in the fucking world. And we just linked up with how the homies, but we had like just the whole experience riding the subways. And I want to say the time I remember out of that the most is we went to ride downtown LA. And you've been to LA, you know, it's all downhill. So you get to the bottom and you gotta either go back uphill or you gotta figure out where the fuck you started from. And we were like, fuck that, we're gonna ride downhill, we're gonna find the next train station. So we ended up going downhill somewhere and we ended up in straight hood, like at the liquor store getting some drinks, and we was like, fuck for this, we gotta get moving, right? So we hit like 2-3 fucking hill bombs and we ended up finding like this fucking train station, like Ep.4 or some shit, and shit, before we knew we was back at the whip and we was mobbing. But I remember we were like, damn, how are we gonna get back to the train station? We didn't even know the fuck we was at, but you know, that's a real BMX shit, right? Because it's like you just wandering as a crew hitting shit as you go, and then with some good times. Like I said, we made it back to the whip and went to street series the next day. It was good times.
Yeah, see, good times. Everything, good times was still had.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's how it is though. There's many trips going out. Like, I don't know how to get there, we just going.
Yeah.
Like, we just gotta get there. We don't know where we're going. Yeah.
You park and then you like fuck, you be out for however long, and then You know, so you're either done or you're like, you're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Bikes break.
Yeah, either you're done or your bike's telling you it's done.
But yeah, you know, being out in different cities too is a whole different animal. You gotta,
It is.
you gotta always remember you're in foreign territory, but at the same time, a lot of people fuck with the BMX shit, especially in the hood too.
They do. It's
Shit, shout out Dave Mirror on some real shit from the hood, because that's the first thing they're gonna say when they see you pulling up on the bike. You do some Dave Mirror shit.
Hey, right.
Or they be good because they recognize that shit from somewhere and you really put the platform on. So I say a lot of BMX shit get a little good pass.
They do.
Unless you fucking up and doing some shit people don't like.
Yeah, be out there breaking windows, disrespecting property and all that. Yeah.
You gotta be smooth on what you're doing.
You gotta know where you're at too, what you can't do whenever you're at certain spots.
Yeah.
If you go out of town, you go to different cities.
Yeah, there's like a lot of rules that come in the game, and just being smart too, because you want to get yourself in some sticky situations.
Yeah, some sticky situations to say the least.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I've been in a few. There's been times back in the day, even riding in Oakland, I think. We had a bunch of us from out here. We went out there, made the wrong turn into the hoods, went straight, super hood. Fools like skateboard bikes are following us, doing wheelies, and some fools are trying to jack other people's bikes while they're pedaling.
Nah, it does, man. You gotta get how you live it sometimes.
Yeah, but then back then, I was a girl pants era, so we were just a bunch of white dudes, white boys wearing girl pants. Let's get these. That's how these hood fools are thinking.
But,
I don't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I guess you would say your environment is gonna breed what you have to do to survive. So
yeah,
sometimes that's why I say you gotta really relax, recognize where you're going, because they might be living with some savages. You better really sav up.
That's true.
Or if it's peasy, you're like, okay, I'm gonna keep a couple steps going on. You start acting wild, and we're gonna have the boys out here in a second. So
yeah, and then the whole day's ruined. You gotta spend 3 hours talking to them or something. True.
On some life shit.
Alright, so we all travel a lot. So it's been a while. So what's your favorite spot that you travel so far? Bike wise.
On a bike?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I'll probably say SF as far as like the dopest, just because SF was always just something coming out where it's like some land of like the most epic street spots you'll ever find. Just wanting to go there was like, you know what I mean? It was a dream, really, to be honest with you, as like just a youngster. But when you get a car and you start modeling, it don't seem too far away, so you make the trip. It literally is like the most like dopest shit you're gonna find. You just start at the top or start at the bottom and go one direction. You're gonna find enough to keep you dizzy all day. It might be some totally famous ass spot that somebody got an epic clip at, where you're just gracing the spot with your presence. And so just that being said, it's just fun. You just have fun there.
Yeah, exactly.
Now when I go like out of town to other spots, it's they're all new and shit, but it's just it's not like SF. I say SF probably, but not as the farthest spot I've gone, but just my favorite city.
That's probably also why it's a favorite, because it's so close too.
Also real shit.
I love going there. It's so close.
Yeah,
it's so
only
sick.
like an hour if you drive fast.
Yeah.
I used to make it maybe like an hour and a half easy. But I have to say that's my favorite city.
It's pretty dope. Yeah. Oh shit. It's not the top.
So far with my bike now, I've been to some dope spots.
Well, yeah, without it.
Yeah.
Didn't you just recently, you went overseas, I remember.
Yeah, man, fucked up, didn't take my bike. Yeah.
I remember your posting those spot pictures.
Yeah, I was on some life shit, but which is good, because I know exactly where I'm gonna go back to.
Oh, okay. Exactly.
Take the bike. But,
the next big EBK trip right there.
Yeah. For sure though, SF. Shout out SF, shout out the homies.
Hell yeah.
All the homies out there getting down.
Yeah. What's you got an all-time favorite video?
Damn. I have to say, probably my first videos I ever seen in the game was probably California our bro used to have this old ass bike shop. They had like one fucking video in there, and I was in there for like a year. And I saved up enough money and I bought this fucking Matt Hoffman's fucking video and fucking double pays. And I want to say he does a fucking flip off a mountain. So I just remember buying that as my first fucking video. But other than that, like some real street shit was probably On the Down Low and Nowhere Fast. For the OGs and shit, you know.
Nowhere Fast was sick.
Yeah, Nowhere Fast was sick. On the Down Low was some real like homie shit that I like really thought was dope.
Yeah.
So the writing in there was like shit we were doing, like or trying to do. So I thought that was sick, you know, like just the homies feeling the homies.
Yeah. That's the best videos.
Because when I was that young, that's all we had with each other. Fucking taking like Polaroid camera photos and all that shit. So it seemed like it was some shit like put together like that for the homie by the homies.
Yeah.
Some
Fubu shit, yup. That's what's up. Okay.
So I have to say, I guess those three, but Can't Live Out Criminal Mischiefs too.
Ooh, yeah, no way, guys.
Fuck, we're gonna be
Damn it on this.
That's a four bang.
Yeah, that's 4 big. That's top 4 for sure. Okay. If you're from the Sac area, are you familiar with like the old school solid legends or back in the day?
So, yeah, of course, man. The shit I was coming up like early 2000s and shit. Like, first off, it's just every solid part, just you know, like never to break. So if you bought it, you was good. Funny story though is like everybody wanted solid parts and they're just hella hard to get because I was like before you could just jump on the internet and get it, you used to have to go to the Dance Comp magazine and they weren't in there at first, well, you know what I mean, at first, but I think they eventually got up in there.
Yeah.
But like if you got some solid parts, like that shit was rare, so they put extra hype on shit. So, you know, with that being said, like my first initial setups were like different because of that, but on the same shit, like solid was just dope. And actually, one time I remember I was downtown, it's probably like 13 or 14, and me and my homie were downtown riding 8th and O. And this is when they were still orange, the rails were still orange, not green. But like all of a sudden, like probably like 10, 15 like riders just came out of fucking nowhere. And like everywhere you look, like was just grinding something, jumping off something. And it turned out it was all the solid team. And you know, of course, like that just being sick in itself. But then we end up just mobbing like all downtown throughout the whole day. I think we ended up in like the West Side Banks.
Okay.
And that's another legendary shack spot. But that in itself was sick. I remember just fucking having a fucking dope ass day and fucking just riding probably for like 10 hours, you know, with good times. And that's one of the dopest memories I could say, like with them. And you know, shout out to Solid. You know, they ain't in like operations like as far as the BMX company, but they're still legends in the game. You know?
Yeah.
At least for SAC, they put on a lot of shit and a lot of the riders did a lot of shit, like a lot of moves in SAC that are like, you don't forget, and you remember that when you see those spots, and then it kind of like got everybody's game up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Zach Costas and like Curtis Elrose of the world, and of course Aaron Huff, Charlie, Aaron, you know, but you know, just shout out to them. So definitely, much respect.
That's what's up. You got you have a favorite spot for you guys in SAC?
Shit,
Either to have someone go film at or just the link spot.
For sure, the link spot would be 8th and O.
Okay, yeah.
Southside Park. It's like it's right there. It's free parking. I don't know.
You gotta worry about it.
Yeah, wherever you can park. But that's like the #1 spot because everybody know it.
Yeah, it's easy to get to.
Yeah, a lot of people come out of town too. Like I would say it's probably like our default. Like we always just go down there if we can't think of like the next spot to. We're not going nowhere specific to go get no money.
So what's it like if you have like riding the state capitol?
The Capitol, shit, it got like a couple, like a 3 flat 3. Like, nothing. I mean, I'll keep it like 100. Like, it's like some stair sets and shit, but really, once you're doing like some kind of move on there, you just riding through it to get to the next spot or cutting through. That's what I really kind of know it as. It's just like, it's hot because it's like, it's a California Patrol, Highway Patrol fucking station actually inside. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, man. Fuck, I got stories for that. To be honest with you, the first time I really knew what the Capitol was probably when I was younger too. Me and a homie was out riding late, and that was before you could really fuck around and get caught after 10. You get blurred.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we try to sneak onto the Capitol, get a drink from the water faucet. Cause you know, he was young, they had no money and shit, so we was trying to get something to drink.
Yeah.
The boys rolled up on us quick. They hit us for being out past 10 and out from downtown from Elk Grove. And I remember I called my cousin who lived downtown and she got us out the shit. She came in and acted like she was my sister.
That's what's up.
Right, so we was good, we was Gucci.
Y'all slid out real fast.
Yeah, we got out of it, but I just always know the Capitol be hot. So I ain't doing nothing around there.
Nah, yeah.
And there ain't really nothing to do, so I seen some skaters get some shit in.
Probably cool skaters, probably.
Yeah.
Flip trick,
There's a lot of skaters from the Sac area too, so shout out to them when they spots.
Central Valley's got some skateboard hitters.
Yeah, they do, and they be blessing spots,
They do.
And a couple more blessed.
Little do other areas know the skaters here in Central Valley fuck with us.
Fuck some of them locations,
They sharing, yeah.
I need them to.
Oh, you need them to.
Some of the spots be really sick with it, but
they do. Sometimes they're hauling, sometimes they share.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's all fucking fair game and saying a lot of the spots are either legendary or you make them, or because they building some new shit, they're new, and then you just refine them or something.
That's true, yeah.
You'd be like, hit the same block you did like 30 times, and then all of a sudden something new there.
You never know what you're going for.
So you can't sleep.
Shit I've been on lately is me and Bob or whatever, we just cruise downtown here in Modesto or whatever. We just want to look at the same spots we've been looking at, different angles, different age. Yeah, we always find something different on the same spots. It's scary. Y'all be having new spots. I'm jealous.
Well, and that's kind of like what coming to ride in different cities is always dope.
Yeah.
And, it's like a new spot, you know what I mean? Because it's not that far away, but it's not something you see all the time. So
yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, it gets you re-energized. So you just see a line totally different. And like, yeah, I've been trying to get there. Yeah. Here's the setup.
A perfect setup too. Yeah.
That's the best part about traveling. If you can.
Yeah. Because you ain't too think of a trick.
A lot of homies from different cities and shit.
Yeah, true. That's the best part is you meet so many people riding and shit. Wherever you go, you got someone to hit up.
Yeah,
It's just sick.
it's all natural. It's all organic and shit too. Like BMX is like about linking up with just somebody you ran into that's on a bike, and then they show you a spot, and then that's kind of like each spot learn a new spot, and that's how a lot of shit goes down.
Yeah, that's how I met most people that I know.
So it's good, like I said too earlier, with the skaters and shit,
That's what he said.
And how I look about it with spots too, everybody, it's just a spot, so it's about really trying to go there and get what you want out of it.
Yeah.
I never really try to hide no spots from nobody, ain't no money in it, so it ain't worth my time, so I don't do it. It's all one left.
Yep. Fuck that. This part where I ask people, every time it comes on, some this or that, real quick type questions. Just ask you a question, you tell me first response that comes to your head. Ready?
Alright, so I got it.
Good? Alright, good. You got cassette or coasters?
Coaster.
Swish or stove? Oh.
Yeah. That shit was dope, bro. I seen fools half cabin and gotta try that shit. I was locked in for them. Now they available, so I run them.
Hey, there you go. Fuck it. I can't fake these, so I don't even care.
When there was only cassettes, that's all you got, so that was cool.
And now you got a choice.
Now you got a choice.
Fuck with that.
Trying to say my pieces.
Oh shit! I had to clarify real quick. So it's not writing forever. It's just I need that.
It's important, probably.
Alright, Swish or stones?
Switch.
Beers or bottles?
Bottles.
Okay. Plastics or metals?
Shit, plastics, though. Plastics, yeah. It ain't really no slight fucking metals. Like I said, same kind of shit with cassettes, you know what I mean? That's all you had, that's all you had. So, you know, I was rocking 4 pegs. Well, 2 pegs and then 4 pegs metal. But just with the whole new shit, right, you put on some plastics and then go, she can run it on pretty much any type of setup. Just slide like for fucking miles and shit. But it really didn't make no difference if it still feels the same when I grind. So I guess that part is really where I don't care. Because it's like, it still feels the same when I'm grinding. A lot of people say it feels different to them, but for me it's the same shit. So, you know, besides I guess like you may hit a rail, find a rail here and there as aluminum. You're fucked on it.
Yeah. That's one thing I ain't never tried plastic, so I don't know the difference.
That's pretty much it. I mean, but like I said, some people feel the difference. Like they think they feel the difference or they do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, shit. Everybody like it with their lives.
Nothing wrong with that.
It lasts forever. That's
Just one of them old heads stuck with it.
Yeah, no, I ain't shit. I fuck with it too. You just some dope shit.
Yeah. Dave Mayer BMX or Matt Hoffman BMX?
Dave Mayer, first year I played. On the PS2, some shit like that.
Yeah, I think it was PS2, yeah.
A long time ago, but I was on it like a motherfucker doing, jumping all over the screen.
All over
Yeah,
that.
like that shit was dope. Another Dave Mayer show.
I'll play that.
Shout out legend Dave Mayer.
Hey, for real. Pioneer. So you Xbox? Yeah, see Xbox. Yeah, Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation. I used to have both and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't really into the games and shit that much.
Okay.
I fuck with it now, but a little bit. During this little run and shit, but it's about
Yeah. You basketball or football?
football.
Raiders or Niners?
Raiders.
Ooh, okay. Oakland or Vegas?
Uptown, baby.
Okay. He's a real Raider. Real Raider. Let's see, soda or water?
H2O.
Okay.
Cold.
Okay. Cold.
Ooh. Gotta be cold. That's right. I don't really like.
Probably gotta be frosty.
Yeah, I don't really like room temperature shit.
Do that.
I like it. It's gotta be cold.
Let's see here. You like the ramps or streets?
Streets.
Okay.
I don't even know why I paused.
You probably had to make sure I really just asked you that right now.
Nah, shout out to the homies that ride ramps and shit, but they be flying. I don't be high flying no more.
Oh yeah.
That was like some young shit for me, but
It's just scary. Give them props for doing that.
I ain't scared. It's shit hard.
That too, yeah.
And fucking flips, double whips and shit.
Yeah. 360
Shout out,
anything.
man.
Shout out to salute them. So that web edits or full length DVDs?
Shit, 50-50.
Okay.
I don't like no boring shit. Like,
Yeah. Either one as long as it's good.
yeah, shout out fucking. Shout out all the homies working hard though, you know, putting out edits right now.
If you can ride with anybody that's still riding alive or dead, who you can ride with?
Shit. I can ride with anybody.
Anybody, dead or alive.
Ruben Alcantara.
He'd probably be tight to ride with. Probably hella chill, hella just
Cruise.
ready to go.
Yeah, bro. Right now. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
I ride with him right now, bro. For some streets or something.
Oh, that's bike company.
Shit. Best bike company in the game right now?
Yeah.
Bay Gang, is it?
Hey, you heard that?
You know, the homies, you feel me? What we doing? That's the most important. Mainstream shit, solid.
Hey, okay. Stay in hometown, okay.
Still that.
Hey, for sure.
No, we mainstream too, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's something.
It's always mainstream too.
Yeah, you know.
This one, this part I was gonna ask you to start a phrase, and then you just finish it whenever I cut something. It's the first thing that comes to mind. So, first thing I do when I get ready to ride is
All that.
Every time the homies hit me up to go meet up.
Link up, I'll be there.
Hey, off tops, okay. Every time I try to get a clip.
Gotta throw the song on, the headphones. Right song on.
Alright. First thing I do when my bike breaks is
Just try to fix it. Try to borrow some shit from the homie.
there you go.
Especially if I'm getting the clip.
Yeah.
Try to push till I can't do no more.
Yep. Riding bikes for me is
Therapeutic.
me and that. My name is Albert and I
Keep shit 100. Treat people within how the game goes, how they treat the game, keep it respectful. I like to keep a lot of shit positive.
for me living in Northern California is
Best place in the world. Best drove, best food, best girls.
everything. You got it all the above. So like any last shout outs? What about them here wrapping it up?
Just shout out, everybody I mentioned earlier, just everybody in the game that I met from a young age. I'm just related to biking in general, kind of put me on. Like I said, the companies I fuck with, Islam, Bay Game, Format Air, my shit, everybody clips. Really not my shit, it's a group thing. Kind of just put it on as a platform for SAC. So shout out, support everybody who supports everybody clips. It's just 100. Besides that, some of the bigger homies, I guess, in the game that fuck with us. You know what I mean? Everybody from SoCal, Bay Area, Modesto, Motown out here, Stockton, TVM, ValleyBiz, like real good homies and shit. I guess it's just keeping it 100 whenever we link up. It's pretty much my own shout out. Everybody keep pushing. Keep pushing this BMX shit. Shit go as far as we can take it. We can take it as far as we want. So let's just keep pushing and we put on for each other. And keep it lit. Keep it dope,
LIT, we can take this wherever too.
Yeah, so I appreciate you having me.
Hell yeah, appreciate you coming.
If anybody want to cop any of the merch, we fuck with it heavy on everybodyclips.com. You can get it to the Instagram or you can find it on Google. It'll take you 2 seconds to ship the hit. We got the new gear, the homies rocking right here.
Got the new tee.
We got the homie Smitty on the tee. A little epic, we do shit we care about. Some of the money goes back to good causes, so it goes back to funding some of these jams that we try to do. I think that all in all that wraps it up. Appreciate you guys being on. 200, keep stealing that shit going.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it. That's that.
That was good shit.
Oh, Best Bike Company.
So, best bike company in the game right now?
Yeah.
Bay Game, is it?
Hey, you heard that?
The homies, you feel me? What we doing? That's the most important. Mainstream shit, solid.
Hey, okay. Stay in hometown, okay.
That's I got.
Hey, for sure.
No, we mainstream too, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's something
It's always mainstream too.
Yeah,